Greetings, class, and welcome to IT 201 Introduction to Networks, CCNA 1. I am your instructor, Dr. Brandon Brown, and let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here real fast. Let me go ahead and bring that around. Share screen, screen one. Okay, so as you log into your course room, you should see an icon that looks like this in Canvas. All right, and here in week one, I'm just going to go through a simple introduction and expectations, etc. So the syllabus is here on the front page and in the introductory modules. The front landing page here has a lot of information that is really helpful. This is for fall 2024, but if you're seeing this, it might be a future semester. So please take a look at your own individual page, not just this video. All right. There will be a Zoom link to office hours. Office hours are Sunday and Wednesdays from 12 to 2. And we have all the critical dates here of when you can drop with a W, the census date, the last day to add, etc. The course summary outlines what is due and when it is due. Seeing that this course is an 8-week course, there's a lot due each week. So I'm going to go through in this video and try to help you get set up for success here in week one. So from here, let's go ahead and move over to modules. And a couple of things that you need to keep in mind. So you have two assets that you can use in the CCNA classes, not just this one, but the following classes as well. All right, you have Packet Tracer, which I'll go through here in a little bit. But you also have, I think it is at the bottom, you have NETLAB. Let me move this to the top. And for future classes, you should see this at the top of the course. Sorry about that. I should have done this beforehand. Just bear with me a second. All right. And what the NetLab access is it gives you access to physical equipment through your web browser. So let's say you have a PC or laptop that struggles if you try to run Packet Tracer and it just won't work. You can use NetLab. This is actually linked to actual hardware equipment in our data center in Garden Grove, California. Now, the first time that you click on it, it may not work fully. You may get grayed out labs. All right. It may ask you to adjust time and date settings. It takes usually the NetLab admins about 2 hours. 24 hours to 48 hours to get you fully set up. Okay, so I'm just going to select my date and time there. All right. And then I can do a lab reservation. Let's say I want to schedule a lab for myself. All right. And then we have the CCNA 701 and 70 SA. 1 second. So this is the skills assessment. You'll do that one much later. This is one for the regular labs in the course. And you can select, which labs. Now, you don't have to do these labs per se. If you're assigned a different lab, you can go into any one of these and look at them. They all have the same equipment. You can use those and adjust it accordingly. All right. So going back to the class, if we go to modules, you will see that there's a course orientation module that has your syllabus in it, the student learning contract, which is due in week one, which is worth 20 points. What I want to point out here is the syllabus itself. The syllabus itself has a lot of really great information in it, including all the different modules that we go over, the coursework, the grading scale, the whole 9 yards. All right. So to be assured that you do not get dropped week 1, make sure you do that student learning contract in module 0. All right. And the first module is due at the end of week 1. So everything in week 1, your first labs, okay, your first discussion question, which is just an introduction of yourself, and then the Netacad 1 through 3 basic network connectivity exam. I'll get to that in a second. So to do this and grab this information and to go through the study resources, you need access to Netacad. Now, I gave you access to Netacad here on day 1 of the course. So what you should do is look in your student email, your Coast College District email. That'll be your username at student.ccd.edu. And you will find that you have instructions on how to set up your Netacad account. Once that's done, you can go to Netacad, which is https:// netacad.com. Log in, you'll have a login up here. Log in with your credentials. Okay, you'll see the login icon there, and just log in with your credentials that you made through the registration process. And then you will see the CCNA course here. If you click inside the CCNA course, you will then find the modules that we will go through. So here in module 1, okay, I want you to go through the Netacad modules 1 through 3. Complete the student learning contract, complete the student introduction discussion question, which is here in Canvas. Download the latest packet tracer application appropriate for your OS. You can find this in Netacad. I'll show you in a second. And then complete these 3 labs. Now you can do these 3 labs in Netacad through packet tracer, right? Or NETLAB through what I showed you just previously. Either way is fine. Okay. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. So in Netacad, you will see the first 3 modules. All right. And this is an introductory class. So read through each of the modules, each of the sections. There are different activities. You might find video activities in here. Go ahead and play those. Okay, they have a walkthrough of packet tracer. All right. They have a logical physical mode exploration. This is not a lab that is due. That's not until the second part, second module, I should say. All right. Next thing you need to do is get packet tracer. So in the 1 second here. Sorry about that. You can find where to download packet tracer in a couple different places. So if I go back, right, and I go to, I should know this. Click on the X here and go back to Cisco Networking Academy itself. You can find where to get packet tracer right here. So it's on the main page, and right here, Cisco Packet Tracer. You can download it through one of these modules. Okay, you can sign up for this and actually grab it through one of those. Okay. Packet tracer download, or you can do a search. Cisco packet tracer resources. And then you can download it from there. That's probably the easiest way to get it. So go through the search bar, packet tracer resources, and then you can find the download link. Okay. And you can get the correct version for your device. So it works on Linux, Mac, and Windows. You just click on that, install it. You do need to have your Cisco Netacad account because you will have to log in to use it. All right, back to the classes. So here in this first week, we have activities 255, 276, and 291. So they're in module 2. So as you go through and you learn about module 2, it will give you different examples, different activities, videos, questions. Do these questions, although these are not graded, they will help you out on the exams. All right, and our first packet tracer is in 255, it looks like. So I'm just going to skip ahead here. All right, and then to do the packet tracer activity, all you need to do is one with the download. That will download the packet tracer file. And once you have the packet tracer application installed on your system and you click on that download, it will open it up. Now, it will ask you for your password, username and password, right? Which I've already logged in Skills for All, so it just automatically put me there. All right. And then I go back to Packet Tracer. I'm just going to click on OK on the user profile. I don't need to change that. All right. And then there's a couple of different files here. So you're going to get the actual topology, and then you will also have the configuration aspect of it. This is going to give you all of the what to do. Okay. And going through the material in the CCNA1 course, it will give you information on how to log into a system, how to access the command line, etc. So here, for example, right, they want you to click on switch 1 and go into the CLI. So here's switch 1. And it puts me in the CLI automatically. So I have the switch prompt. You can kind of put these side by side, a little bit of real estate, easier to do. It says, okay, go into enable mode. So if I type in enable, it puts me into enable mode. All right, and just kind of go through them step by step by step. So the next one command they want you to do is show running config. And you can tab complete just like Linux. For those of you who are familiar with Linux, you can tab complete commands if they're unique. That will show me. Spacebar will page through. The enter key will go one line by one line. All right. And then they will go through each and every one of these steps. So here in this next one, they want you to go into global configuration mode, which is conf T or configure terminal, and set a host name of S1. You can see my prompt change from switch to S1. Okay. Next, they want you to go and secure the console line. So you would enter the console line configuration mode, which is done by line con 0. They're going to set a password to let me in. Set it to accept logins, and then we're going to exit out of all. Okay. All right. Now they want us to exit, and that basically simulates that us we exited the console. We hit enter again. Now it's going to ask for that password. Let me in, and I'm back into global configuration mode. I'm sorry, into user mode. I type enable. I'm in privileged exec mode. I type in conf t. I'm in global configuration mode, and so forth. You can check your results as you go through, and you will see these little check boxes here on the second tab. As you can see, I've done a couple of these items, and you'll get check marks. I grade off of this. Now, if you're using NETLAB to do this, let's go back to Canvas. We go to modules. So that was 255. We go to NETLAB access. Now you do one or the other. You can do the packet tracer or you can do the NETLAB. It doesn't matter. Either one is perfectly fine. If you're doing it in NETLAB, you schedule a lab for yourself. You pick your lab. In this case, mine was 255, which it doesn't look like I have here. That's okay. Let's see if there is one that I do have. Two nine one. 291, 292 are the same ones. 291 is the packet tracer. 292 is the the physical lab. So I'd schedule that. Enter the lab. It's going to spin up for me. And it's already pre-cabled and everything else. I can, as it is spinning up, I can go back to, say, packet tracer. That was 292, I believe. Yeah, so here's packet tracer basic switch and device configuration, M292, the actual lab itself. So that is the, here's the lab manual. Look familiar, pretty simple, pretty much the same. I can go back into NetLab. There it is. And then here's how I access each and every one of those. So if I go to switch 1, it logs in. I go to switch 2, you'll see it's still booting. It does take the switches a little bit of time to boot after they're initialized, so just please be patient with them. Same with the PCs. So here we have an example of a Windows 10 PC. Okay, with all the different items that we need on it. And you can reference the instructions to complete the labs. Some people like NetLab better than like Packet Tracer. It feels more like an actual, work environment. Some people like Packet Tracer because it's a little bit easier to use, maybe. It's a little bit faster to use. Either one is fine. At the end of the day, when you have completed everything, it will take a minute for this to boot up here. Let's be patient. What I'm going to ask you to do is provide me screenshots with the information. You don't have to do the reflection questions. I basically want the configuration, the running configuration file on each device. Like how it tells you I'm ignoring you. But this is an actual 2900 series switch that is running in the background. Oops. There it goes. Finally, it's up. So it has a script that it's actually running through to set the switch up per the lab. That's what you're seeing right here. All right, now set the up. So I can go into enable mode and do a show run. All right. If you do this in NetLab, what you're going to have to do is at the end of the day, I want your entire show run command. So show that you gave me that show run, right? You can copy that, throw it into a notepad. And that'll be fine. You can upload that. Again, I haven't done this yet. I haven't done the lab yet, but you can do this in that state. So any Cisco device, save this as switch 1 for when you do switch 2. Same story. Do your show run, capture it, put it into a separate notepad file, name that switch 2, and then upload it to the appropriate lab assignment. Okay. So here on the, if I view this as a student, you'll see it probably better than me as an instructor. All right. You would click start assignment and then upload those config files there for that. Plus, if there's any testing in the lab, so we can just take a look at this. Again, this is 292, I believe. Yeah. If there's any testing that has to be done from the PCs, like a ping test, or to go to a website that is set up, you need to take a screenshot of those as well and show me that they worked. But in this one, it's not. It looks like we just need to look at the running config. So just show me the running config on that one and you're set. Okay. So that kind of walks us through the first week here. Next, you will also have exams in Packet Tracer. Excuse me, in Netacad. So if I get out of here and go back to my class. Here at the end of the first week. Yeah, so you have the Netacad module 1 through 3 basic network connectivity and communications exam. Give me 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. As I was saying, the module exam for module 1, the Netacad module 1 through 3, which is due at the end of the week, you find that in Netacad. You'll find that here, checkpoint exam, basic network connectivity and components exam. That's it right there. It's now available, so you can take it. All the exams are available. So if you want to work ahead, you're more than welcome to, right? And, it is a 33 question exam. So you get 1 try at it, study hard, do your best. It's open note, open book. I don't mind, as most of these exams are. Right, and it will get put into the gradebook here in Netacad. Unfortunately, there's not an API that I can put it over. So on Sunday mornings, typically Sunday mornings, Monday mornings, I will record all of those exams from Netacad, Skills for All, back to here in Canvas. So that's about it. That kind of covers week 1 here, folks. So this is an overview. The things that you need to do so that you do not get dropped from the course: do your student learning contract, do your first discussion question, introduce yourself, do those labs, and do the NetCAD module 1 through 3 exam. So download Packet Tracer. If you have problems, you need some help, be happy to help you. I'm in office hours from they're posted here on the homepage. So I have office hours usually once or twice a week, and the Zoom link is there. So if you need help, I will see you then. Until next time, until module 2, this is Dr. Brown signing off. Have a great day.